So what we normally do is we bring things back to business so that I can understand it a little bit. So what I want to offer is just a quick explanation around the journey to get to CapeXit. So obviously you guys have analyzed. That's the first strategic point. You analyze, you understand what's happening in terms of, in the country. What are the reasons that you have to change? What's forcing you to change, all those forces to change, etc. I think you said quite early, you've gone through that exercise. So that strategic analysis, you guys have come to a specific point. What is the biggest learning that you've taken in that strategic analysis, Des?
I think the biggest challenge in that process was for people to really understand what it's about. You're giving them a solution which is foreign in the sense that the first go-to for them is it won't work, or it won't be allowed. So educating them, informing them, imparting that knowledge is a very big part of that strategic development of the whole concept. We're doing that every day. Every day we get people. You'll be surprised. We've been doing this for many years, and at every meeting we have, you get the same question. People are scared. I think fundamentally they're scared of change. I've literally had a person say to me, I can't support, I think I shared it with you guys, I can't support independence. I said, why not? They said, because they will find out where I live and come and murder me in my bed.
Sure.
And I first wanted to say, come on, don't be ridiculous. And I kind of stopped and I thought, you know what, this is a reality. People are
a real perception.
Absolutely, they're scared of change. They've gone, and the whole thing is to make people understand that what we're doing is not a foreign concept. In actual fact, what we're doing is absolutely your right under international law, both humanitarian and political rights. And that, to me, is the biggest part of this challenge.
Can I reiterate?
Please, please.
So the thing is, it also boils down to education. And Des hit the nail on the head. Everything boils down to fear. And we know there's a political party out there. I'm not going to mention the red color, but they get traction by instilling fear. And also with South Africans, we are so used to doing a certain thing in a certain way. So as a youngster, I remember on my 18th birthday, or when I was 18, you have an ID, you got to go and vote for whatever political party it was, and that has been passed down from generation to generation. So that is the normal way of thinking. Go and empower someone else to speak on your behalf. That's how we normally do. This is what voting is. Louis saying, no, but hang on a second. We empower these people to make decisions on our behalf, and we don't agree with it. Do they actually listen to us? And I'm talking about the politicians now. And what we're saying is, let's reverse that role. The power actually belongs to the people, who are the majority. And we live in a so-called democracy. It's my democratic right to ask you to do something on my behalf because I put you in power. So it's a very difficult concept for people to try and understand, or to get out of that habit of just going every 4 or 5 years and going and voting. And it boils down to educating people on what is the alternative. And they said earlier, if there's any alternative, let us know. We'd love to hear it. And if it's not this, then what else is it?
But it needs to meet the same objective, that we financially sustainable.
Absolutely.
We run well,
this is all about financial survival. Bottom line, it's not about race. It's about survival, because we've seen what's happened in South Africa, how this current government is looting and stealing, etc., etc. We handed over a perfectly, when I say we handed a perfectly capable country. All our state-owned assets are bankrupt. There's the looting, the criminality and we just accept it as the norm, and it's not normal. We become desensitized to it, and we shouldn't.
Perhaps to enlighten the financial aspect, just to mention that we contribute, the Western Cape, every year, contribute in excess of 700 billion rand to the national GDP. On average, we get back 8% to run this province with. 8%.
Look, it doesn't make sense, guys. I think if we talk about analysis, the detail of the analysis will be very interesting for me, but I mean, we'll stay here the whole night.